He designed Mickey Mouse, he animated entire cartoons on his own, and he invented a lot of the technology that made Disneyland possible. Yet most Disney fans only know his name in passing. I'm shining a spotlight on Iwerks, Walt Disney's secret weapon, and the incredible story told in the book, The Hand Behind the Mouse. This isn't just a book review, it's a journey into one of the most overlooked legacies in Disney history. The Hand Behind the Mouse, an intimate biography of Iwerks by John Kenworthy with Leslie Iwerks, is one of those rare books that completely reframes how you think about Disney history. It's a heartfelt, deeply researched, and long overdue biography of the man who not only created Mickey Mouse, but also laid the groundwork for so many of the technical achievements that made Disney animation and Disney theme parks what they are today. For fans of Disney history, or even just classic American ingenuity, this is a must-read. Iwerks is often mentioned in passing, usually as a side note to the larger Walt Disney narrative. But this book puts exactly where he deserves to be, front and center. From his early days working alongside Walt in Kansas City to the founding of their own short-lived studio, the biography paints a vivid picture of a quiet, reserved artist whose skill and dedication helped shape an entire entertainment empire. The story of how designed Mickey Mouse and animated the first cartoons almost entirely by himself is legendary, and rightfully so. The speed and quality of his work in the late 1920s were unmatched. The book is steeped in nostalgia. You can almost feel the energy of those early Hyperion studio days when and Walt were building something entirely new, frame by frame. There's a charm to reading about incredible productivity, especially when you realize just how essential he was to getting Mickey Mouse off the ground. These formative years are recounted with warmth and a deep respect for the labor and creativity involved in pioneering animation. What elevates this biography is its ability to balance the personal and professional. Kenworthy doesn't just recount the major milestone in career, he helps readers understand why made the choices he did. He frames 1930 departure from Disney not as a betrayal, but as a complicated decision shaped by ambition, loyalty, and external pressures. Rather than casting as a villain or a victim, the book honors the complexity of his relationship with Walt Disney as it shifts from friendship to estrangement and ultimately to reconciliation. For animation historians, the biography is a treasure trove. Time away from Disney is examined in detail, and his technical innovations during this period are impressive. He experimented with color processes and built his own multiplane camera system years before Disney's own version debuted. Even though his independent studio struggled, the book gives this era its due, showing that creativity didn't end when he left Disney. His return to the studio in the 1940s marked a new chapter, not as an animator, but as an inventor and technical wizard. Here the book really shines for theme park and film technology enthusiasts. Was the one who engineered many of the optical and mechanical breakthroughs that made Disneyland attractions and Disney's live-action animation hybrids possible. From perfecting special effect techniques to developing circle vision and helping create the Xerox process for animation, fingerprints are all over Disney's mid-century golden age. This part of the book truly connects with park fans. If you've ever felt awed by the seamless blend of animation and live action in classic Disney films, or marveled at the immersive visuals of Circle Vision 360 theaters, you can thank Iwerks. This book doesn't just mention his involvement, it demonstrates how he built the machinery, solved the challenges, and invented entirely new methods to bring Walt's vision to life. The writing style is accessible and heartfelt, striking a tone that works equally well for Disney scholars and casual readers. There's a strong narrative thread throughout, and Kenworthy does a great job weaving in technical details without bogging down the pace. The inclusion of rare photographs and illustrations makes the story even more compelling, offering a visual context to work that words alone couldn't fully capture. What struck me most was how humble and selfless appeared. He never craved the spotlight, even when it was clear he deserved it. His goal wasn't fame, it was solving problems, building systems, and creating better ways to do things. In a company known for larger-than-life personalities, quiet brilliance stands out all the more. Compared to other biographies of Disney collaborators, like those of Roy O. Disney, Dick Nunis, or Mark Davis, this book fills a critical gap. Those other figures were essential in their own right, but story predates and influences them all. He wasn't just part of the foundation, he was the foundation. Animating the earliest Disney successes, and engineering the tools that allowed the company to grow in groundbreaking ways. For researchers, this book offers more than just anecdotes. It provides detailed insights into early animation processes, the politics of studio life, and the technical evolution of Disney's creative machine. For fans, it's a deeply moving story of friendship, innovation, and perseverance. And for anyone who has ever walked through a Disney park or watched a Mickey Mouse cartoon, it's a reminder of how much one person's vision and talent can shape the world. The Hand Behind the Mouse is not only a tribute to Iwerks, it's a celebration of the kind of behind-the-scenes genius that rarely gets its due. It's the kind of book that stays with you long after you finish the final page, urging you to revisit those early cartoons and theme park attractions with new eyes. Iwerks may have worked in the background, but thanks to this biography, he finally gets the spotlight he deserves. The Hand Behind the Mouse gives the recognition he deserves, and it's essential reading for anyone who loves animation or theme parks. Have you read the book? Or do you have a favorite example of Ub's work? Maybe a special effect, an attraction, or a classic cartoon? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what surprised you most about the story. I'm George Taylor from Imagine Nerding, and I hope to see you in the parks.